Okay guys, hi, it's me. I know you can't really see me, but this is more about what's going on in this pot down here. I'm gonna move, oh, wrong way, there we go. Alright, so I'm trying to get everything to where you can see it. I light my candles. Alright, so what I'm doing, and I've got a terminated quartz crystal that I've had in here for about a week, and I started this and then realized I needed to do a video on it, so then I stopped and I put it to rest. So I'm going to take this out and just kind of go over what I have in here, but give me just 1 second. I forgot my matches. What this is, and we talked about it a little bit in our last live stream about creating barriers and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing. And I have a pink candle opposed to a white and a black candle right here. This is my working candle, big old black candle. This is my filter candle, which a lot of people like to use white for. I like to use whatever color I'm being called to use, depending on what I'm doing at the time. So I realized once I started this, I didn't have any more sand. I was totally out of sand. And today we went to the beach, and I went ahead and collected some fresh sand, so it's still going to be a little moist. So this isn't going to be done today either, but I'm going to show you the basis. So far, what I've got in here is graveyard dirt, Catholic church dirt, and black salt, brick dust, red brick dust, and eggshell powder. That's all that's in here right now. And that could be it. You could be totally done with just those few ingredients. No big deal. But this is not done to me. I also cleaned out my incense cauldron, which is a good working cauldron, but I also do a lot of coal discs in here. So I have a couple of shards of burnt wood from something I did, so I'm putting those in there because that was the protection working. So anything that I've done over the course of being here in this space, I have tried to keep little remnants that way it can go in here today. So I've already done the eggshell, and I just did a palm full, literally just a little bit in my palm. You can do more or less, it really is up to you. And I did 2 palms of black salt, which I think I have a video on how to make this, but if not, I can show you my recipe, or you can look it up and kind of tweak it to what you want it to be. And then there's regular salt in here as well that I forgot to tell you about. And then brick dust is already in here, which is why it kind of has a red tint, because that's brick dust and Georgia red clay, because that's where I got my cemetery dirt. I haven't gotten any from this property yet, or this state, this area that I live in. So Georgia red clay is also in here also in here as well. So now I'm going to take a bay leaf. Oh, I use these oh, that's a good one. I use bay leaves a lot, just for cooking when I send packages. Basically cooking, sending packages, and protection work. And that is going to come in here. I'm going to do that. Now, I'm going to do all my finishing enchantments and blessings at the end when I know it's like about, I don't know, super dry, because this sand is kind of wet. As you can see, there's condensation building up in the bag. But I'm going to do all my actual enchantments at the end. So, and you can do them between each ingredient you put in here. You can do, you know, do it however you want to do it. Now, my black salt has pepper in it. So every time I dust this up and you see it, the stuff rise, it goes right in my nose. It's fun. Alright, so this is frankincense powder. It is literally just resin that I've crushed up. Frankincense is just kind of all-purposey. You can use this in a lot of stuff. Protection, love, and you see what I'm doing. Oh, a nugget got in there, but I'm just putting a little in my hand. And there we go. I've got my little crusher upper thing. So any of the larger chunks, like even my black salt has chunks in it. And because it's basically charcoal that you crushed up. Just push that in here. I don't know if y'all noticed, but this is it's a Lodge Dutch oven. I never used it because I have other stuff that I like to use in the kitchen. And I use it as my large working cauldron. So, thought people would get a kick out of that because I feel like everybody's got one of these laying around. And just for shits and giggles, this is a Lodge too. My little one. I like to keep it all the same. Alright, so we've got our basics in here. Now we have to add a couple other things. Now I'm going to take my sand. Okay. I want a good amount. Now, depending on how big your property is, or how big the area is that you're wanting to cover with this, and I'm going to have to go get more sand again tomorrow. That's okay. I already plan to do that. Then you're going to want to add a lot. Now, I know some people use the sand as a base and then work from there. I don't typically do that. I guess it would depend on what I was doing, but for this purpose, I have a small property. And it's not even my property, but I'm going to do my outside boundaries, and then I'm also going to put some of this in a witch bottle. Not just the sand, but like the whole mix is what I'm saying. And I feel like I said charcoal instead of black salt, but it's black salt that I'm using in here. Anywho, this is nothing, this is not super hard to do, and everybody's got their own take based on what they want in here. I'm going to add a little bit more. And you just do what you're called. It's kind of like cooking. I don't know if y'all follow a recipe. I am just terrible at following recipes. I kind of like take it as a base and do what I want with it. Alright. That actually helps keep some of that pepper down because, my God, my nose is just going to running. Alright, I'm going to put this up. Now, just as a side note, because this sand is so wet, later on, like tonight, I'm going to get my big tray out and I'm going to put it on the tray and let it dry out a little bit. And I got some for someone else too, and I'm going to do the same thing because it's just so wet. It's very wet. Now, here's something I don't see a lot of people talk about. I cut my own hair, and I cut everybody's hair in the house. So I have everyone's hair. This is my hair from when I shaved my head. This isn't all of it, but this is most of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit, and I can, I don't know if there's a video on collecting hair, but if y'all want to know more about that, I can go into that too later. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I have a couple, you can't really see. I have a couple strands. I'm trying to let you see. You can kind of see it in my hand. I'm going to take it. I'm just kind of twirl it around my finger a little bit. Well, I'm trying. The whole point of this is I was going to try and tie it in a knot, but it's not really working. But if you can get your hair to go into an actual knot, that would be great. And this hair is long enough, it's just being problematic for me. There we go. Well, some of it knotted. Well, anyway, I'm putting my hair in this. The reason I'm doing hair is because not that I can't pee in a jar, because Crimson had mentioned, you know, using your urination, which I think is a great idea, but currently I can't do that, and I haven't worked up the nerve to ask my husband, and I don't know if I want to use my husband, because, you know, we're talking about urine. I'd rather deal with mine than somebody else's, but because I'm on my moon cycle, I just don't want to deal with the mess, just to be 100% honest with you. I don't want to deal with it. So I'm using hair today instead. Now, you're free to do whatever you want. You can spit in it. You can put your tears into it. You can do any manner of things. You can put one piece of hair from everybody in your family and all your animals. Oh, that reminds me. There are 2 cat claws in here that I found cleaning last week. So there are 2 of those in here as well. Just, they break off. Alright, so now the next thing that I would do, because I want this to sit and marinate, is I'm going to put this back in here. And then I have this, you know, purple is the witch's color. Now, okay, for clarifications, I know some people cover their work in order to pause it or put it to rest or whatever term you want to use to stop continue what you're doing, but it's not as active. I'm using purple because purple is my power color. And it's the same material as my actual thing here on my altar cloth cover. So I've got my stone in there, I've got my purple here, and just because I have animals and cats, I'm going to put my lid on it, that way it's nice and secure, and I'm going to let this sit probably one more night, now that all the ingredients are in here, and tonight when I get back, I'm going to do my enchantments, my symbols, anything else I need to do to finish it, that way tomorrow, it's ready to apply to the perimeters. If y'all have any questions or anything, let me know. Otherwise, I will see y'all later or in the next video. Y'all have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.